We have come off of Whipple Road, located, in South Mount Pleasant, and we're going to just dip into a neighborhood we haven't hit on yet. It's a very small neighborhood. It's called Bridlewood. And Bridlewood was built 2000 to 2002, and there are about 25 homes back here. A local builder, Gossamer Custom Homes, built these. They don't have any amenities. They do have a little pond area that owners can use to fish in. The thing that I really like about this neighborhood is its location. The thing that I really hate about this neighborhood is its location. What I mean by that is Bridlewood is located super close to downtown Charleston. You're less than 10 minutes. You could be on the peninsula or on the bridge anyway, close to the beaches. The only downside is over to our right is 526. So you're going to get some road noise back here, probably more so with the homes on the right than the homes on the left. So if you're looking online, the odd numbers would be the best houses. The even numbers are going to be houses that are going to pick up a little bit of road noise from 526. And if you drive far enough back in here, and we're going to just wrap around this cul-de-sac in Bridlewood, you would back up to the football fields and park area at Trident Academy. So again, this is Bridlewood. Close to 526, like I'd mentioned, and these homes are anywhere from 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I think the biggest house back here is about 2,000 square feet, and the smallest house is about 1,400. But if you're wanting to get in Mount Pleasant and get in at a good location, this is a place worth checking out. Honestly, you just need to factor in resale and some of the road noise as you're coming into the beginning of the neighborhood. That wraps us up on Bridlewood, and we're going to head to the next neighborhood, which is going to be Creekside. All right, y'all, so we have jumped off Highway 17. We're really close to the bridge. We're probably a mile and a half from the Ravenel Bridge, which goes into downtown Charleston. And we're in a neighborhood that not a lot of people would know about because it's kind of set away from a lot of other neighborhoods, and it's called Creekside. And Creekside is a waterfront tennis club, swim club neighborhood, again, right in the heart of what used to be the old part of Mount Pleasant. And these homes were originally built, some of them dating back to the 1960s, and most of them probably finished up in the early 80s. But there's just a lot of cool things to do back here. I'm going to spin you guys through the Creekside Tennis and Swim Club. We won't get out of the car, but you'll be able to see kind of what they have set up back here. This neighborhood sets up for people, and I've come over here and played tennis before. They have great tennis courts. Unfortunately, they're hard courts, so if you're looking for clay, this would not be the place to join, but it's a very affordable setup. They have very nice swimming pool, and you can see the volleyball courts that the College of Charleston actually practices a lot of their stuff over here and does tournaments over here. So again, we're inside Creekside. Y'all probably can see as we're riding back here, over to the left is Shem Creek, and a lot of these houses have pretty sweet deep water dock setups, which you're not going to find as many deep water docks in the south part of Mount Pleasant as if you go to North Mount Pleasant, Park West, and Dunes West. There's a lot of docks. So here you have houses that have docks. A lot of these houses are being rehabbed. You probably see the one over to our left. People are buying them, coming back in and restoring them. Houses back here range in square feet from about 3,000 to around 5,000 square feet. You have great access to Shem Creek. They have a boat launch back here, so you can launch your boat from the back of the neighborhood. And again, Shem Creek feeds right into Charleston Harbor, so you're able to get to the ocean very quickly from here. And again, this is Creekside in the heart of what is the best part of Mount Pleasant, in my opinion. From here, we're just going to go a little closer to the bridge. All right, y'all, so we're, again, closer to the bridge. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods are about a half a mile from where we are, and the Ravenel Bridge is about the same distance. And we're going to ride through Bay Tree Townhomes. This is a townhome subdivision that consists of about 235 townhomes. They don't have garages, so you can see you're going to park in front of them, but the price points on these are pretty good for Mount Pleasant. I mean, at shooting in this video, you're probably looking at low 200s for a 3-bedroom, which is pretty good for something this close in. These were built from 1973 to 83. And the smallest ones are about 900 square feet, and the biggest ones I've been in have been about 1,800 square feet. You're talking about, something that has a shared wall with another building, but a lot of these have been rehabbed on the inside. They have super low HOA or regime fees. Again, if you're wanting to be in Mount Pleasant and be close to the bridge, these are something that I think you should at least consider. And this is Bay Tree Townhomes. We have just turned off Coleman Boulevard. We're in Mount Pleasant, super close to the bridge. This is a neighborhood that a lot of people probably don't know about if they're not from here. This is Brookgreen Meadows. The houses back here were built probably dating back to the 50s and maybe even earlier than that. But what you're seeing, I think that's exciting, like these old duplex over here to the left, this red duplex, people are buying these and tearing them down and building single family houses because of the location being so spectacular for Mount Pleasant. You're seeing a lot of this happening, and it's doing quite well. I mean, if I was buying and I wanted to live close to the bridge or wanted a non-strict homeowners association where you could have a boat in the yard, I would consider Brookgreen Meadows. Again, the houses are, some of them are in a state of needing to be repaired, and like I said, most of them are just simply being torn down. A lot of these require flood insurance, so if you are back here and you buy one of these small duplexes and you're thinking it would be a good rental stream, it might be, but you need to keep in mind that because they were built in the 50s and 40s, that they're going to sit low to the ground, so your flood insurance costs could be much more expensive than what it would be. A lot of these also sit on Shem Creek, so if you're wanting something on Shem Creek, you could even find something back here that would potentially have views of Shem Creek, if not on the actual water with a dock. And homes range anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. Beautiful oak trees, just line the area back here. And again, as we pull out of this neighborhood, we are right on Coleman Boulevard by Red Drum, by Americana Restaurant, and 5 minutes from Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, and less than 5 minutes from Sullivan's Island. But awesome location. And again, this is Brookgreen Meadows in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. We are heading out of Mount Pleasant and going out to the last spot you can be and still be in Mount Pleasant, which is Marsh Harbor. And it used to be known as Toler's Cove. It's still Toler's Marina. So if you're looking online, those words Toler's and Marsh Harbor are kind of interchangeable. But directly in front of us is the bridge to go to Sullivan's Island. So we're about a half a mile from the sand, and we've got a nice high tide today, so you're getting to see a lot of water. And we're going to go back into Marsh Harbor. And Marsh Harbor is gated. We do have the code. But again, Marsh Harbor is a water-oriented community. You're on the intercoastal on one side. You've got creeks that kind of wrap around. The back of these houses to the right are overlooking just a beautiful marina. This is a great place if you're wanting to live with your boat in your backyard and you don't want to, say, be in Wild Dunes or some of those places that would take you further away from Charleston. Then I think Marsh Harbor has a lot going for it. It has a full-service marina, which again is Toler's Marina. And you can probably see out in the distance, you can probably see the bridges of downtown Charleston, so that's the Ravenel Bridge, and then the backside of the old village. So just an awesome spot. The single family homes back here range anywhere from probably about 2,000 square feet to about 2,800 square feet. And some of them do need some updating on the inside. It really depends on when they were built. A lot of the ones I've been in recently have been rehabbed, but I know I have been in some in the past and they needed work. So there's really two components to Marsh Harbor. One is, the marina, which we just rode through, and the single family homes, which we're riding through now. And then you also have a component of condominiums that, have really great view corridors. Some of them are 2-story condos. The ones on top are in most cases. And then you have, single floor living. They have elevators, at least for your groceries. They're not something I don't think you could get in, but you have the ability to get your stuff up and down. They also have storage closets and an area to keep your bikes and beach stuff. So this would be a fallback area potentially if you were wanting a second home, that had water access and you didn't want to go out to Sullivan's Island, or you don't want to go to Isle of Palms or Folly Beach. This is almost at the beach, and it's just in a perfect spot to access everything that's around us. It has a pool which has views of the marsh and the creeks, and we are in Marsh Harbor in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And that wraps us up for this neighborhood. We're kind of hopping around today, hopefully finishing up on the neighborhoods that we need to do for Mount Pleasant. And we are off Rifle Range Road in a neighborhood called Laurel Lakes. And Laurel Lakes, as you might guess, is tied into about 20 acres of freshwater, maybe some brackish water lakes. You see some of them to the right. These homes were built between 97 and 2002, and it looks like somebody has maybe taken down one that was built in the 90s and they're building a brand new house right there. And that house is made out of Echo block, so that's an interesting type of way to build a house on the coast. But anyway, there are 69 homes total back in Laurel Lakes, and they range in square footage from about 1,500 to right around, I think, 3,300 square feet is the biggest one that I've seen back here over the years. It doesn't have any amenities. Again, it has these lakes, as you can see as we ride through here. but it does have really good location in relation to Isle of Palms and Seaside Farms, which is, big shopping complex. Target, Harris Teeter, and places like that are just across the street more or less. And there's also, and we did a video on this some time ago, there's a very cool dog park right across the street. So anyway, that is our little drive-through of Laurel Lakes. We are turning into Carroll Oaks, and Carroll Oaks is where Highway 41 and 17 split, and it's just up a shade up 41. Carroll Oaks was established in 2007, so it's a fairly new neighborhood. There are about 46 home sites. This was built by Meridian Builders. Meridian has done a pretty good number of homes in Mount Pleasant over the years, and I think that they built a pretty good house. The looks of these houses is kind of, the style that a lot of people like. There's some double porch houses. There's also some single floor houses. So if you didn't want stairs, there's some, some options with single floor properties. 2 and 4 bedrooms mainly, 2 to 3 baths. The kitchens are pretty good in these. Most of them are going to have granite. You're going to have 42-inch cabinets, and these would set up well for somebody who is wanting to be in Mount Pleasant and not be so far up 41. This would be a good potential option. They also have some townhomes back here as well, in addition to the single-family houses. And this ties into the other part of Carroll Oaks, which is right across from Oakland Plantation. So this is a nice spot. And this is one of the cool things to keep in mind about this. This backs up to a 300-acre park that the town of Mount Pleasant's developing. And right now it's just walking trails that go through the creeks and marsh. So it's definitely worth checking out. And again, we are in Carroll Oaks in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. We're turning off Highway 41, we're in Mount Pleasant, and we're going into Horlbeck Creek. And Horlbeck Creek, I'll be honest with you, is a neighborhood that I generally, when people bring it to me and say, hey Bob, we want to see this house, I usually take it out of the list. And as we ride through here, you'll probably think, why is that? The biggest thing I don't like about Horlbeck Creek is that you get road noise from 41, and that it's all 41. So I think if those two things don't personally bother you, then maybe there's some options here. It would be the least expensive place in Mount Pleasant to get a single family house with a dock, for sure. So if you're a boater and maybe your hearing's not as good as it once was, this could be an ideal place. About 82 homes back here, and they have a homeowners association. It's not too overreaching, so you can, you keep your boat, I believe, out in your yard. Houses back here range anywhere, I think the smallest one, you're probably looking at about 1,700 square feet, on up to about 3,000 square feet. And they actually do have a cool observation tower that's, part of their little amenities area that you can go out and, stand up on and look out into the marsh and the creeks. But again, this is Horlbeck Creek, located off of 41. All of these houses are, going to be raised construction, and that doesn't necessarily mean high flood insurance. I think all of these are in AE, as an Apple Eric flood zone, which should not be that bad. And they were built between 1995 and 2005. Again, this is Horlbeck Creek in Mount Pleasant.